Texas, Washington, who's better? We'll find out January 1st. Welcome to the Voice of College Football, breaking down the game we all love each and every day with you. Best discussion, debate, and analysis based on your participation. Texas, Washington, who's better all time? Who's better this century? We'll find out. Who was better last year? Well, that was the Huskies. They actually played last season in the 2022 Alamo Bowl. Huskies won at 27-20 to cap off an 11-2 season. Texas at 8-5. But let's go to the all-time measurements. Here we go. The two schools have played 5 times. Texas owns the series 3-2. Check out our series history video. Texas started playing football in 1893. Washington, this surprised me, has been playing football longer than Texas. 1889 for the University of Washington. Washington has delivered a really strong football program, especially in recent times. However, it's not Texas, and I think these numbers are going to bear it out. Texas all-time 7th in winning percentage at 703. Washington, number 22, at 62% winning percentage with 773 wins. Texas with 948 W's. Texas with but 4 recognized national championships, of course, the latest in 2005. Washington has won 2 national titles, the most recent in 1991, conference championships. And, of course, you got a couple schools here moving to new conferences in 2024. Texas to the SEC, Washington to the Big Ten. Texas takes 31 conference championships with it to the SEC in the Southwest Conference and also the Big 12, which formed in 1996 as a merger of sorts between the Big 8 and the Southwest Conference. For Washington, it's 18 conference championship. That ranks number 22 in all of college football. Texas has played in significantly more bowl games, 58-40, a top 3 figure for Texas in appearing in bowl games, and they fared pretty well, 31-25 all time. That's the 25th best winning percentage in college football in postseason play. Washington under 500 by 1 win. So get it, Michael Penix and company on New Year's Day, 1920, with 1 tie for the Huskies. There you see the all-time wins as well. We looked at the winning percentage, Texas 7, Washington 22. When you take into account the all-time wins, both figures better for each of these schools. They've been playing football longer than most. Texas number 4 all-time in wins at 948. Washington number 17 at 773. Consensus All-Americans. Texas with a big lead there, 62-23 for the Huskies. 2 Heisman Trophy winners for Texas. Of course, most recently, Ricky Williams in 1998. And then back in 1977, you had Earl Campbell. Many thought Vince Young should have won in 2005. For Washington, coming very close to its first Heisman Trophy winner this season with Michael Penix finishing at number 2. First-round draft selections, Texas with a nice lead at 46-28 over Washington. Weeks in the AP poll. Knew this one would not be close as well. Texas a mainstay in the top 25, despite some rough years here in the last 15 years. 772 is the figure. That's the 7th best in college football. Washington at number 20. With almost 300 less weeks in the poll. And at number 1, you've got Texas with 45 weeks at number 1. That's a top 10 finish. And Washington currently ranked at number 21 in regards to weeks at number 1. Of course, those numbers in recent years, especially during the playoff era, siding with the Huskies, making their 2nd college football playoff appearance. Texas, this is the first time in 10 years that they've reached the college football playoff. Of course, Texas winning a national championship in 2005, getting back to the BCS championship game in 2009. Washington with more New Year's 6 appearances recently under Chris Peterson, getting to a 2017 Fiesta Bowl and 2018 Rose Bowl, as well as the playoff appearance in 2016 against Alabama. Let's check out the numbers this century. Washington, Texas. By far the most successful coach for the Longhorns, of course, Mack Brown, currently residing at North Carolina, and that, of course, the school that he preceded his stay at Texas, 1998 through 2013. We were just looking at the numbers post-2000 here, 21st century. Mack Brown at 140-40, Succeeded by Charlie Strong, who did not finish 500, which is unfathomable at Texas. 16-21. Tom Herman at 32-18. Sark is off to a 25-13 start after that poor 5-7 finish in 2021 to start his Texas stay. Add it all together for the 21st century for Texas football, winning 70% of its games, 215 wins, 92 losses. The big run was made by Mack Brown, of course, between 2004 and 2009 with the 2 national championship game appearances and the 1 title in 2005, going 69-9. To go through the recent history of Washington football, you'd be hard-pressed to find more of a roller coaster ride than what they've experienced there in Seattle. Maybe the current Stanford situation after the highs of Jim Harbaugh and David Shaw about a decade ago, and now faltering as one of the worst teams in what was the Pac-12. With Washington, you're talking about as low as an 0-12 season under Ty Willingham, and you're looking at a team that has reached these New Year's Six bowl games and, of course, the college football playoff now twice. So it's been up and it's been down. Let's look at the 21st century for the Huskies. The total record is 167 wins and 130 losses, only 37 games above 500. That certainly does not seem like Washington standard football, winning 56% of its games. However, the program was down and out between 2004 and 2008 at 12-47. Look at the individual coaches. Rick Neuheisel came in 1999. His winning percentage between 2000 and 02, 26-11 at 7.03. Kevin Gilbertson did a lousy job at 7-16. Then you see Ty Willingham in from Notre Dame, 11-37, 23% winning percentage. Sark, there's the common denominator, of course, 34-29 at Washington. Chris Peterson had a nice stay at 55-26. We mentioned the New Year's Six bowl appearances out of Chris Peterson. He had 3 in those 6 seasons, 2014 to 2019. Jimmy Lake, a disaster, but Kalen DeBoer has been able to resurrect this program quickly and pretty much build a bridge between Chris Peterson's success and his own at a nifty 24-2 the past 2 seasons. Add it all up for Washington football, once again, 167 and 130, winning 56% of its games. So Texas, mostly a dominant program in the early 2000s under Mack Brown, slid the last 15 years, of course, but still winning like 55, 58% of its games, something in that range, and then rising back up under Sark this season. For Washington, just roller coaster, and so that's reflected again where Texas has been, despite its issues in the last 15 years, more successful here in the 21st century. So we're looking at 23 seasons of college football between 2000 and 2023 in regards to top 25, top 10, top 5 finishes. Texas, 15 appearances out of those 23 seasons in the top 25. Washington, 7. Texas, 8 times in the top 10 to finish the season. Washington, 3 times, twice under Chris Peterson, and then also that Rick Neuheisel, Marcus Tuiasosopo team that won the Rose Bowl in 2000. Top 5 finishes, you got Texas 5 times and Washington twice. Bowl games, we noted that the two met this past season. In 2022, Washington gets the 7-point win. They also met in the 2001 Holiday Bowl. Texas got that win. Texas much better in bowl play and just more frequent appearances for the Longhorns, as again, they did not slip as badly as Washington. 13-6 versus Washington 6-8. Texas a nifty 5-1 in BCS and New Year's Six bowl appearances and major bowl games. Washington at 1-3. Chris Peterson 0-3. They won that aforementioned Rose Bowl against Drew Brees and Purdue. And then, of course, the college football playoff, just the one game between the two, but they will add to that on New Year's Day. National championships, Texas 1-0. Not much to talk about there. Vince Young and company pulling off the historic upset and comeback at the Rose Bowl against USC in 2005-06. Conference championships, look at this. Texas, with all the history, all the tradition, all the resources, all the money, everything, all the recruiting. 3 measly conference championships this century. 2005, 9, and 23. Oklahoma owned the Big 12. That's an embarrassment. It should be to Texas fans, unfortunately. Washington with 4 conference championships, 3 outright, 2016, 18 and 23. The NFL draft, much kinder to Texas talent, although check out the numbers posted by Michigan and Alabama in that video comparison. Much better numbers than either school here. Texas, 81 NFL draft selections since 2000. Washington, 62. And Texas has the edge in the first round, 18-12. So that's the rundown, Texas and Washington. Check out our videos concerning this matchup coming up, the Titanic semifinal on New Year's Day. We've attacked it from the Texas side and the Washington side. We will continue to preview here at the Voice of College Football. Also, check out the series history video between the two schools. Texas, of course, has the decided edge in just about every category. Texas and Washington. Your thoughts below about the Huskies and the Horns, whether that's this year, all time, whatever your time frame, right here at the Voice of College Football.